That's life. Let's see how long this clip goes before I get interrupted during this live stream. My guess is about 30 seconds, maybe 3 minutes, 5 tops. The reason I mentioned that interruptions happen is because to be lean and agile in marketing or anything else you do, you have to be adept, quick on your feet, quick with your hands, quick with your mind, to be able to adapt to changing situations, real world dynamic situations. Real events happen on the ground and in the air and on the water and in the water and underground. And even in space, apparently, where people have to be quick on their feet and quick to adjust to the changing reality of their local environment or their immediate environment. There you go. What was that? 30 seconds, probably a minute. Okay, not bad. So once again, reality changes, and it's important to remain fluid and adaptable to that changing reality. Why? Well, if you are a lean and agile marketer, you should already know why. If you're a marketer who is not lean and agile, well, then maybe you'll learn from this. To be lean and agile, you need to be fast and nimble in order to change to the reality on the ground, because it does and it will. That is par for the course, especially in this business. Why? Because people are constantly changing their messaging, whether it's because of their changing strategy or changing tactics or other things. Plenty of companies are dilly-dallying around with their messaging ideas, and then they impose things on the marketer or the marketing team, and they expect marketing to do magic, even when they often don't fund it enough. Some clients obviously do fund it enough, but those that don't usually are the ones that end up dealing with the fact that their marketing could not succeed and failed because they didn't fund it enough. That is a very normal thing. We see it all the time in practically every industry. It's probably most pronounced in tech for a variety of reasons, but it certainly happens in other industries, in even the most basic things like plumbing and carpentry, food service, right? Whatever it might be, hotel service, anything, right? Again, another interruption. Anyway, the point is, lots of distractions throughout the day happen to just about everyone. Very often they're by external forces, external parties interrupting you, as opposed to yourself distracting yourself or interrupting yourself. So when it's something that's not in your control, recognize that, realize it's not in your control, and do whatever you were focusing on as quickly as possible after the interruption. Of course, sometimes interruptions can completely throw you off course, and you have to deal with that until it's done. And sometimes that can be quite a while, maybe even the entire day or longer. Maybe, for some people it's life-changing events, who knows. But if they're normal interruptions, day-to-day routine kind of interruptions that you typically get, rather than getting thrown off your course completely, just remember, when you get out of that interruption, when you're done with it, if you are still in the middle of doing what you were doing before that, then carry on with great focus in order to get it done as effectively as possible in good time, because that is one of the hallmarks of being a successful, agile, and lean marketer, is knowing when to focus on your work, when to manage distractions that come along, when to refocus on the work again, etc. So you don't let being thrown off of your course temporarily dislodge you from your priorities. For example, before this series of interruptions, in a previous short, who knows if it's still live or on the air, I was talking about when lemons give you life versus when life gives you lemons. And I was saying that as a marketer, we often focus on creative catchphrases, slogans, mottos, etc. in order to create buzz for clients or to establish branding for clients. And very often what happens is the marketing fails because the budgeting is not good, as I was saying earlier in this video, right? You can have the greatest marketing strategy in the world. If you don't have the budget to market, you're very likely not going to market it well. Now, yes, you can do things organically at a very low cost compared to paid ads, but to do that, you need a much longer runway of time, and you still need a consistent budget, either for yourself to be able to do it, or for your client, or for your whoever. And you're not going to just be able to expect significant positive impact if you don't have any marketing budget capacity whatsoever. Because yes, you can do a lot of things with creative marketing, and if by some miracle you happen to get a viral situation going that is actually sustainable, and that is incredibly rare. But let's say you're able to create a sensation that goes so viral that you suddenly hit a jackpot and you build a very quick community of very strong followers, right? Then it is very unlikely for you to be able to count on that as a method of marketing. Now, can you focus on making extremely strong content as a marketing vehicle that will ensure strong growth? Yes, but should you count on having that content be a viral sensation and get you to 1 million loyal fans or followers or whatever magic number matters to you very quickly? And the answer is statistically no. Right? Yes, there are ways to create something viral. Right? It's not entirely just luck. There are ways to do it. Now, do those ways always work? No, they don't always work. Even if the greatest YouTubers in the world tell you, oh, I could easily make an account go to, 1 million people or something in 6 months. Right? Like I've seen, I've seen Jimmy, otherwise known as Mr. Beast, say that if he, created a channel from scratch without, you know, showing that it's him or it's his company or his brand, that he could make a YouTube channel go from 0 to 1 million followers in like 6 months or something ridiculous, which he probably could because he knows how to make videos that appeal to many people. However, there is no guarantee that if you were actually to make that channel on a completely different account, on a different device with a different IP, a different location, right, with no connection to him whatsoever, no matter how great his content might be, there's no guarantee that he would actually be able to do that, right? The algorithms do not necessarily push new channels. In fact, they don't do that at all, right? It's just if you can get distribution, right? And that happens by people liking your content, commenting on it, sharing it, subscribing, etc. And can you count on that? No, you really can't. Now, could he tell his legions of followers, go follow my account and then have 1 million followers? Sure, but that would be cheating from the point of view of that challenge. Could he get his friends and family to do that? Sure, but again, that would be the same thing, because his friends and his family are also people who, many of whom, have very strong followings because they're connected to him directly, right? And we know how that works. So if you have to actually go from scratch without any connections to anything he does and to anyone he knows, try to get 1 million followers in 6 months, well, I mean, sure, he knows how to make very appealing content, but the probability is actually still pretty low that it would succeed. Now, are there channels that have done this? You bet, of course there are, plenty of them. But what percentage of the overall channels are there that have done this? It's very, very, very little. Far, far less than 1%, right? Less than 0.01%, right? By far, right? So, why do I focus so much on the video channel aspect? Just to tell you, it's not as easy as just point a camera, make a cutesy video, and post it and expect everyone to follow you, right? If you actually want to use that kind of content to help you market organically or in any other way, you do need to focus on making it a certain way to have a certain appeal for a certain audience. And it doesn't really matter if people say, yeah, just make what you like. It's not just about making what you like. It's about making what you like that actually appeals to your target demographic. And it's not even about making what you like if it's for a business. So, anyway, keep those things in mind, and happy marketing.